everyone, and welcome to today's podcast. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Mason. We're thrilled to dive into a topic that's crucial for anyone involved in business: how to balance time and money effectively.
Absolutely, Mason. The question of whether to spend more time or money can often be a tricky one. It's something every business faces, and the decisions made can really make or break a company.
That's right. Today, we'll explore this topic in depth and try to uncover some of the pitfalls businesses encounter when managing their resources. But before we get started, let's go over some key vocabulary that will help us as we discuss this topic.
Vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
Yeah, exactly. Vocabulary preview. Let's start with some important terms. Our first term is resource allocation. Mason, could you explain what that means?
Of course, resource allocation refers to how a business decides to distribute its resources, including time and money, among various projects or tasks. It's about making choices on where to invest or spend to achieve the best outcomes.
Great! Next up is opportunity cost. This is a concept that can be quite enlightening. Opportunity cost is what you give up when you choose one option over another. For example, if you spend money on marketing, the opportunity cost might be the money you didn't spend on product development.
Exactly. And another important term is ROI, or return on investment. ROI measures how much profit or benefit you get from an investment compared to its cost. It helps businesses understand if their spending is paying off.
Perfect. So we have resource allocation, opportunity cost, and ROI. Keep these in mind as we discuss today's topic. Ready to get into it, Mason?
Definitely. Let's explore how businesses navigate these challenges.
Mason, let's start with a real-world scenario. Imagine a startup that has to decide between investing heavily in marketing or in product development. How should they approach this decision?
That's a great question, Sophia. This kind of decision boils down to a few key factors. First, they need to evaluate their current position. Are they trying to build brand awareness quickly, or do they need to enhance their product to stand out?
Right. If the goal is to create a strong market presence, then investing in marketing might be the way to go. On the other hand, if the product isn't up to par, no amount of marketing will fix that.
Exactly. This is where resource allocation becomes critical. The startup needs to decide how to split its resources to maximize impact. Sometimes it's about finding a balance that addresses both immediate and long-term needs.
Yes, and this leads us to opportunity cost. If they choose to spend on marketing, they might miss out on improving the product, which could affect customer satisfaction in the long run. It's a trade-off they need to consider.
Absolutely. And evaluating ROI can also help. If past marketing efforts have shown good returns, it might justify further investment. Conversely, if product enhancements have led to higher customer retention, that's a strong case for focusing there.
That's a great point. So, how should businesses actually measure ROI in these scenarios? What metrics should they look at?
For marketing, metrics might include increased website traffic, higher conversion rates, or greater brand recognition. For product development, ROI might be measured through improved customer reviews, increased sales, or reduced churn rates.
Right, and it's important to remember that these metrics can sometimes take time to materialize. So businesses need to be patient and not expect immediate results.
Definitely. And while waiting for results, businesses should also keep an eye on their resource allocation. If they see that one area is not performing as expected, it might be time to adjust their strategy.
That makes sense. It's a dynamic process. You can't just set a plan and forget about it. You need to continuously monitor and adjust based on performance and changing circumstances.
Exactly. And that brings us to a common pitfall. Businesses sometimes get caught up in immediate gains and neglect long-term strategy. It's crucial to balance short-term actions with long-term goals.
I've seen that happen quite a lot. Companies focus so much on quick wins that they overlook sustainable growth. It's important to strike that balance.
Indeed, and this balance isn't just about managing money, but also about how you manage your time. If a business is constantly chasing immediate returns, it can lead to burnout and poor decision-making.
Very true. Time management plays a big role in ensuring that all aspects of a business are given appropriate attention. It's about finding that sweet spot where time and money are both managed effectively.
Absolutely. And this balance often requires making tough choices and sometimes reevaluating priorities. It's not always easy, but it's necessary for long-term success.
This discussion has really highlighted how critical it is to manage both time and money wisely. But we've only scratched the surface of this topic.
That's right. Now, we're excited to continue our discussion. We're going to dive into some real-life examples and strategies that businesses use to navigate the tricky balance between time and money.
Absolutely. We've covered some foundational concepts already, but now let's see how these principles play out in real-world scenarios. Mason, do you have any interesting examples to start us off?
Sure. Let's talk about a startup tech company I recently read about. They were faced with the choice of investing in a new product feature or boosting their marketing efforts. They chose to invest heavily in marketing, hoping to drive immediate sales and gain market traction.
That's an interesting choice. How did it turn out for them?
Well, initially, the marketing efforts paid off with a significant increase in website traffic and new user sign-ups. However, they soon found that their product had some issues that needed fixing. Because they had not invested in product development, customer satisfaction began to decline, leading to negative reviews.
That's a classic example of the opportunity cost we discussed earlier. They prioritized short-term gains over long-term product quality, which eventually hurt them.
Exactly. They learned that balancing time and money isn't just about making a choice, but understanding the broader impact of that choice. They eventually had to reallocate resources to address product issues, which delayed other projects.
That's a tough situation. It highlights the importance of considering both immediate needs and long-term goals. Let's explore some strategies that businesses can use to manage this balance more effectively.
Definitely. One strategy is prioritization. Businesses need to determine what's most critical at a given time. For example, if a company is launching a new product, investing in quality assurance might take precedence over marketing until the product is ready.
Prioritization makes sense. It's about making sure that the most important tasks are addressed first. Another strategy is to use incremental investment. This means making smaller, more manageable investments over time instead of putting all resources into one area at once.
Yes, incremental investment allows businesses to test and adjust their strategies based on early feedback. For instance, they could start with a limited marketing campaign to gauge effectiveness before committing more funds.
That's a practical approach. It reduces risk and provides more flexibility. Another important strategy is regular review and adjustment. Businesses should regularly assess their resource allocation and be prepared to adjust their plans based on performance and changing circumstances.
Absolutely. Regular reviews help businesses stay agile. For example, if a marketing campaign isn't delivering the expected ROI, the business can reallocate resources to improve the product or invest in a different strategy.
That's a great point. Flexibility and adaptability are key. Speaking of adaptability, let's discuss another real-world example. How about a company that had to pivot its strategy during a crisis?
Sure. Take the example of a retail company that faced supply chain disruptions during a global crisis. They had to quickly adapt by investing in online sales channels and improving their digital infrastructure, while also finding new suppliers.
That's a great example of balancing time and money under pressure. They had to act fast to stay operational, but they also had to make smart investments to ensure long-term viability.
Yes, and their approach required careful resource allocation. They had to decide how to distribute their limited resources between upgrading their digital presence and securing reliable suppliers.
And this decision-making process also involves understanding the opportunity cost. They had to weigh the benefits of investing in online sales against the cost of potential supply chain issues.
Exactly. And their ability to adapt quickly was crucial. Businesses that can efficiently manage their resources and remain flexible are better positioned to navigate challenges.
It's all about finding that balance and being prepared to make adjustments as needed. Do you have any more examples or strategies to share?
One more strategy is outsource versus in-house. Companies often face the decision of whether to handle certain tasks internally or outsource them. For example, a business might outsource IT support to save time and focus on core activities.
That's a good strategy. Outsourcing can be a cost-effective way to manage tasks that are not central to the business's core functions, allowing the team to concentrate on what they do best.
Exactly. It's another way to balance time and money by leveraging external expertise and resources.
These strategies offer valuable insights into managing the delicate balance between time and money. It's clear that making informed decisions and being adaptable are key to navigating these challenges successfully.
Absolutely. Now, we're diving into expert insights and discussing how real-world applications can shed light on balancing time and money.
That's right. We've covered a lot of ground already. And now it's time to hear from industry professionals who can provide us with deeper perspectives. Mason, who do we have joining us today?
We're thrilled to have two experts with us today, Lisa Brown, a business consultant with extensive experience in strategic planning, and John Lee, a financial analyst specializing in resource management.
Let's dive right in. Lisa, can you start by sharing some insights on how businesses can effectively balance their investments in time and money?
Certainly, Sophia. One key approach is to adopt a strategic planning mindset. Businesses need to align their time and financial investments with their long-term goals. It's about understanding where to invest resources for maximum impact.
That makes sense. Can you give us an example of how strategic planning can help in balancing these investments?
Sure, consider a company launching a new product. They need to plan the product development phase carefully. Investing too much time in perfecting the product might delay its launch, while investing too little could result in a subpar product. The key is to find a balance that meets both market demands and quality standards.
That's a great point. So, strategic planning helps in prioritizing investments to ensure they align with the company's objectives.
Exactly. Adding to that, it's important to implement cost-benefit analysis regularly. This involves evaluating the potential benefits of an investment against its costs. It helps businesses decide if their resources are being used efficiently.
Could you elaborate on how a cost-benefit analysis might work in practice?
Certainly, let's say a company is considering investing in new technology. A cost-benefit analysis would involve estimating the cost of the technology, including both initial purchase and ongoing maintenance. Then, the company would project the potential benefits, such as increased productivity or cost savings. By comparing these factors, they can make an informed decision.
That's very practical. It seems like a systematic approach to ensuring that investments in time and money are justified.
Exactly. Another effective strategy is to use performance metrics to track the success of investments. Metrics can provide real-time data on how well resources are being utilized and whether adjustments are needed.
What kind of performance metrics would be most useful for tracking investments?
It depends on the business, but common metrics include return on investment (ROI), customer satisfaction scores, and productivity measures. For instance, if a company invests in employee training, metrics like improved performance or higher job satisfaction can indicate whether the investment was successful.
That's very insightful. Performance metrics offer a way to evaluate the effectiveness of investments and make data-driven decisions.
Another important aspect is risk management. Businesses need to consider the risks associated with their investments in both time and money. For instance, investing in a new market can be risky, and it's crucial to have a contingency plan.
Can you give us an example of risk management in action?
Sure. If a company is expanding into a new international market, they might face risks such as economic instability or regulatory challenges. To manage these risks, they could conduct market research, establish partnerships with local businesses, and develop a flexible strategy that can adapt to changing conditions.
That's a comprehensive approach. Managing risks effectively can help businesses navigate uncertainties and safeguard their investments.
Yes, and it's also important for businesses to stay agile. The market and technology are constantly evolving, so being able to quickly adapt to changes is crucial for balancing time and money.
Agility seems to be a key factor. How can businesses cultivate agility in their operations?
One way is to foster a culture of innovation. Encouraging employees to come up with new ideas and solutions can help businesses stay ahead of trends and respond quickly to market shifts. Additionally, adopting agile project management methodologies can improve flexibility.
That's a valuable approach. By promoting innovation and adopting agile practices, businesses can better navigate the balance between time and money.
In summary, balancing time and money requires a combination of strategic planning, cost-benefit analysis, performance metrics, risk management, and agility. Each of these elements contributes to making informed decisions and optimizing resource allocation.
Absolutely. This discussion has provided us with some great strategies and insights. Thank you, Lisa and John, for sharing your expertise with us today.
Yes, thank you both. Your insights have been incredibly valuable in understanding how to manage time and money effectively in business.
It was a pleasure to be here. I hope our discussion helps listeners make more informed decisions.
Thank you for having us. I enjoyed our conversation and hope it provides useful guidance for businesses.
Now, we're going to dive into real-life case studies and practical takeaways. We'll explore how different businesses have tackled the challenge of balancing time and money, and what lessons we can learn from their experiences.
Absolutely. To make this discussion even more engaging, we've got two case studies lined up. First, we'll discuss a tech startup that faced significant challenges balancing development time and budget. Then, we'll look at a manufacturing company that successfully optimized its time and financial resources. Mason, let's start with the tech startup.
Sure thing. Our first case study is about TouchWave, a startup that developed an innovative app but struggled with resource allocation. TouchWave had ambitious goals and a tight budget. They spent extensive time on product features, which delayed their launch and increased costs.
That sounds like a challenging situation. How did TouchWave manage to turn things around?
TouchWave realized they needed to reevaluate their approach. They implemented a minimum viable product MVP strategy. By focusing on core features and launching a simpler version of their app, they managed to reduce development time and costs.
That's a smart move. The MVP strategy allowed them to enter the market sooner and gather user feedback, which helped them make necessary improvements.
Exactly. Additionally, TouchWave sought external funding to support further development. They also prioritized agile project management, which helped them adapt to changes quickly and stay within budget.
Adopting agile methodologies must have been crucial in managing their time and resources efficiently. What can we learn from TouchWave's experience?
One key takeaway is the importance of focusing on essential features first. By doing so, businesses can launch faster and make iterative improvements based on real user feedback. It also highlights the value of being adaptable and seeking external support when needed.
Great insights. Now, let's move on to our second case study, a manufacturing company called Automax.
Automax faced issues with production delays and cost overruns. They found themselves spending more time and money than anticipated on manufacturing processes. To address this, Automax decided to streamline their operations.
What steps did Automax take to optimize their time and financial resources?
Automax implemented a lean manufacturing approach. They focused on reducing waste and improving efficiency by analyzing each step of their production process. They also invested in new technology to automate repetitive tasks, which cut down on manual labor and time.
That sounds like a significant improvement. Lean manufacturing and automation must have had a major impact on their operations.
Indeed, by adopting these strategies, Automax not only reduced production time and costs, but also increased product quality. They were able to deliver products faster and at a lower cost, which improved their profitability.
What can we learn from Automax's experience?
One key lesson is the importance of continuous improvement. By regularly assessing and optimizing processes, businesses can enhance efficiency and reduce costs. Investing in technology and adopting best practices can also lead to significant long-term benefits.
Absolutely. Both case studies offer valuable lessons on managing the balance between time and money. By focusing on core features, being adaptable, and continuously improving processes, businesses can navigate the challenges effectively.
As we wrap up, let's recap the main takeaways from today's discussion. Effective time and money management requires strategic planning, agile methodologies, cost-benefit analysis, performance metrics, risk management, and continuous improvement.
Well said, Mason. These strategies can help businesses make informed decisions and optimize their resources. We hope our listeners have found this discussion insightful and practical.
Thank you all for joining us on this journey through the challenges and solutions of balancing time and money in business. We appreciate your time and attention.
Yes, thank you. We hope you've gained valuable insights that you can apply to your own business or professional practices.
Be sure to join us for our next podcast, where we'll explore another exciting topic. Until then, take care and keep striving for success.
See you next time.